Yo, this is David.
And this is Chris.
Thanks for listening to the Booty League podcast.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. But F. Royce.
Yo, what's up, guys? This I'm David. This is episode 11, week 12, and I'm joined by my two wonderful analysts and co-host. Say what's up, guys.
Hello.
What's up, guys? My bad. Pouring out right now.
We have special guest Jonathan. Quick questions for Jonathan. How does it feel to have being the only person to clinch the playoff spot?
It feels good. Actually, I see here it's written that it's not my first football, but it is actually my first fantasy football season ever. So actually, my expectation was just not to get last place. So this is good.
Okay.
Okay. You want to ask the next question?
Oh, yeah. So this one I kind of set up for you, but being a rookie to the league, and so I guess you are a rookie to fantasy football from what you're saying. What do you enjoy about our league? And then first, what do you enjoy about our league? And then what's something you would do to improve it?
Sorry, I answered the question about the rookie thing, but I like that it's competitive. I mean, I commission a fantasy basketball league, but it's always tough to get like 12 consistent guys without money involved, and it's pretty good that there's no money involved in this one, I guess, directly. But everyone's still competitive just out of pride.
But there's
And then
glory.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I just like the IR rules. I like that you don't get to put someone on IR if they're just out. I mean, I think that makes it fair. And in fantasy basketball, there's a lot of loopholes with that people abuse. And even I see like on the subreddit of fantasy football, people abuse those out designations too. And I just like that here you have to be on IR.
Yeah.
That's a good rule.
For sure. And let's break into the breaking news. The waiver wires. Nothing too competitive. It's kind of dying out. Everyone's kind of making the playoff pushes. Big bids though. Being Frank Gore, 3 bids, $23 to Marcus. Seahawks D 2 bids, $22 to Timmy. Nelson Aguilar 1 bid, $17 to David. Everything else was $10 or under and not really competitive. Any thoughts here, David?
Yeah, Frank Gore probably the biggest pickup on the waiver wire this week. On our waiver wire, like I feel like our league's pretty ahead of the waiver wire articles and talk shows. Like if they were to talk about it, it's been picked up like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
I have no idea why that's it. Like confuses me why that's the case, but so yeah, Frank Gore, like he's not a good running back, but it's just opportunity, right? So he's has the most opportunities, so he might fall into the touchdown or fall in for a touchdown. So that's the most you can ask for. And I see people out there, their wide or their running backs are hurting at the moment. So I'm surprised I saw Marcus get it and not like maybe someone like Ty who's running Gus Edwards and a blank spot right now, I think.
Yeah, I think he's worried that just Gaskin won't come back and just other injuries. Or even Swift not coming back.
I saw that too. Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. I was just gonna say I'm surprised that Frank Gore he got his first touchdown this last game. I'm surprised he didn't fall in earlier.
That's true. It just have been kind of sucking. The Chargers haven't been showing up either defensively, so I guess he lucked out. But yeah, I'm surprised. I think I put a bid in. I'm one of those 3 bids in. I thought I put a bid in, try to keep it away from Ty. That was kind of my big thing. So I'm glad that someone else picked him up.
Another big pickup here. We see Seahawks D 2 bids. Goes to Timmy for $22. I also saw Timmy bid $17 for Washington D. Also,
Yep.
So that didn't go through because he got Seahawks. So what do you guys think about that?
I'm a big this week, but he put Seahawks first because they're good in the playoffs too. Because Washington, I don't think has good playoff matchups. I think he is worried about. I think he's thinking he wants to win this week and then worry about stuff later.
For sure.
Yeah,
I'm a big Seahawks D guy. Like I know they look bad, but they're getting like a lot of sacks. like they're giving up a lot of points, but I think Carlos Dunlap and then Jamal Adams have been coming back and they've been
Yeah.
producing a lot of sacks the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. They have a
I
nice
think
playoff
too. I think
matchup
they're a lot better than they've shown.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. It is Thanksgiving week, right? So 2020 has been rough, but what are you guys thankful for this fantasy football season? A player, a league mate, anything like that? We'll start with Jonathan if you have something ready. If what are you thankful for this fantasy football season?
Honestly, the only on my roster, I mean, I'm glad Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's. I've traded my whole team except for Josh Allen, so he's basically the only guy who I'm thankful for. I
Wait,
mean,
me too,
the only
though.
other people I've kept are Hurst and Singletary, but they're both Singletary's a bum and Hurst is just okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm most thankful for I'm actually thankful that the NFL, besides like week 3 and week 4, got this COVID situation under control. I thought it would be a lot worse than
Yeah.
what happened. It did seem really rough when we had like 6 teams having COVID in like week 4 or 5, somewhere around there. But the NFL seems to have gotten it
Mhm.
like mostly under control by going to like the um super regulations. I forget what they call it, but right away instead of waiting for more positive
Intensive protocols or
results.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, super intensive protocols. So that's what I'm most thankful for. Football being a thing in 2020.
Yeah. I think you're
For
right. I
sure.
think week 4 was the only week that people actually pivoted off of their starting spots.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
because
rough.
that was the only Tuesday game, right?
Yeah.
I think there was another game
There's like
that
a
I think it's week 4 and week 5, something like that. That
okay, okay.
yeah. What about you?
All right. What I'm really thankful for this fantasy football season is Royce and Vigny, because Royce hooked me up with some pieces that I needed to get Devontae Adams. So
That's so stupid. Christmas came early. That's more like Christmas, dude. I didn't know I was
let's move
getting.
into the
I didn't
shot
know I was
bets.
getting gifts for Thanksgiving this year. All right.
Oh shit. Moving to shot bet counters. Michael paid up. You'll see a video of that 1 second. Royce owes 5 now. I need to edit this list. Shot bets this week being for the game. All right, David, did you hear Timmy and Nick? I thought they were
Oh
betting
wait.
7.
Oh, they had. I don't know how much they. I just made it up,
That's why I
but
had to ask
I
again because
I don't know
if
how
you,
much there. I think it was
I looked
3.
it up
I think it was
and
agreed 3. Go ahead, Jonathan.
well, I looked up the chat because I remember asking because I don't remember Timmy saying yes, but Nick just asked 5, 7, or 10, and Timmy just said yes.
Oh, so what is that?
Oh.
22? All right, yeah. So they'll
so
deliberate on that themselves.
yeah,
Scouts honor it, I guess.
Yeah, I guess fair would be
David.
7 because that's
Oh,
at random.
Yeah. Myself and David get on the game. Payout is David 6 shots, 1 shotgun. You're gonna see that in just 1 second. I have a 1 shot payout because I thought Randall Cobb would get more than 8 points with Nick, and then that's 1 shot. The prop bet was Michael 118. Everyone voted under. David Scout honored that he would have voted over. He just missed the voting because he woke up late.
Yeah.
And I guess where did the Timmy scoring less than Michael come from, Jonathan? You're the one that told me about that.
I just told Timmy well because David put up the line for 118, but I said it was too high, but I still think he would beat Timmy's score. Then Timmy said put a shot on it, and
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
okay,
That's
yeah.
right. Okay, so Timmy has 1 shot for doing that. Over under 3.5 trades. Jonathan was the one that bet the under, so he has 1 shot.
that's so stupid. I bet the under and I did 3 trades.
you pushed the
You
line.
did it. All right, whatever.
And then our weekly podcasters head to head, we tied, so both of us paid 2 shots. So right now Timmy has 8.
Hmm.
Oh well, 8. I don't know whatever the game was plus 1. David has 6 shots plus shotgun,
That's
plus
for
2 shots for the
today.
head to head, plus 1 more for the Michael prop bet, which we're gonna see 3 more next week. And then I myself have 3 shots this week.
All right. Let's show the video first. We have a video of Michael
Alright.
doing his shots. Have you seen it yet, Chris?
I haven't seen it. I just forwarded it to you.
Let's go here. All right. Well, I have to share my Discord screen.
Let's watch this.
You guys see it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a shot glass.
Oh, damn, his
so-
hair is curly.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's using a dentist cup, dude.
Is he filling it up? Oh, he filled it up too. That's
How many shots is this? Does
Are
anyone
dentist
know?
cups shot cups?
it should be 4. No, I think it's bigger. I think it's a 3-ounce cup.
I don't know if it's an actual dentist cup, but
that's
how
about
do you
right.
not have a shot glass in your house?
Why not that?
It's like having
His
a fork.
he lives in like a Christian household,
Oh.
Oh.
pretty hardcore Christian household. Some background. If you see the tattoo on his, it's just some background information. You see the tattoo on his arm.
Uh-huh.
We went to church one time afterwards. And he told his mom like, oh my, like, and it looks like a kind of like a satanic kind of symbol, but it's just like some symbol. And he's like, oh mom, my forearm's burning in the middle of church.
As a troll?
Yeah, as a
just
troll.
Oh.
That's savage. Wait, what is this tattoo then?
It's an album cover for if you guys listen to Thrice.
Is there no
It's like
sound?
the alchemy.
There is
It's
sound.
like the
He's
alchemy.
he's just groaning a lot. You guys can't hear the sound?
No, we can hear,
Nice.
but you can hear on the podcast. I think you hear on the podcast later when you watch it.
Yeah, no, there's no say. He's not. I'll shoutcast if he talks. He's just
All
groaning.
right, 4 shots. All right, Denzo.
All right, done so. All right.
How many
And then
was that?
everyone saw Ties, right? I think everyone
Yeah, Ties
got
was
a chance to
rough.
see Ties
Yeah,
already.
That
His was in the
kinda disgusting.
Yeah, that was.
All right, and then I guess I gotta do mine. Or Chris, you want to do yours first then, while I pour up?
Are you on the right screen?
Yeah, I'm on the right screen. I just changed it.
Oh, I'm just making sure. Cause
I
your stream's
just
still
have
open.
to
That's all.
stop streaming. Okay. Yeah.
I just want to make sure you're on the. I want to make sure I see this. All right, 3 shots. Cheers. Jonathan, you got 1 too,
I'm
right?
doing
Jonathan, you got 1
6.
as well.
I did. Oh no, I'm good. I'll take one just for fun though.
Oh, did you pay out the over? Oh,
Mhm.
that 1 shot was the over. Oh, I got it.
What is it? I have 6, right?
Do you just have soju bottles on deck?
Yeah, I bought like a 6-pack, but that's actually that's leftovers. I went out to eat and
Oh, took home.
yeah, I didn't finish it.
Just a disclaimer, I don't actually think I can do this, but I'll just try it.
This is 7 or
3.
6.
This is 6.
6 plus a shotgun. Good luck, dude. All right, we're gonna burn through this podcast real quick, guys. That's what.
Oh my god.
I don't actually think I can do this.
I don't think he's gonna do that. Oh my god.
David, if you want to do half of that now and then the shotgun, and you want to finish it at the very end, I will let you do that. If you really think you can do it.
If you guys have seen me take shots for like the past 10 weeks, dude, I don't think I can do this.
I know this is different though. This is different.
Look at
This
this.
is different.
Look at this.
I'm just replaying that video.
Cheers.
I'm like thinking about that video of you yakking out of the car.
Wait, that's okay. Let me bring this over.
Oh my gosh.
All right. All right. And then,
I'm so
wait,
ready to see you Zamboni this yak.
Let me just cut this before. Damn, it was like filled up to here, and now it's here.
Oh.
That's almost half of that. That's a smart move. Taking off the white jersey.
Who wears 99? Donald?
Donald.
Um,
What a fucking monster, dude.
Yeah.
Donald's unreal.
where is? I'm looking for my key. See if I can open up my.
Oh, you're just getting ready for all of it. Holy shit.
I
Dude.
was. All right.
Oh
Well,
my
how about we'll do it one step at a time. We'll just do the shots first. All right. All right.
Let me get this podcast ready so we can burn through
Oh
this
my
shit, dude.
god.
Oh my god, I can't take shots at all, dude. All right, 3. Oh,
Hey, you can do it. Come on.
All right, let's
You're a
go.
fucking
3,
dog, dude. Let's
2.
go, dude. Let's fucking go.
He's got-
Let's go, dude. Easy.
oh my
Fucking
gosh,
easy.
it's
Let's
too
go.
slow. You gotta angle it more. Yeah.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Why you have so little water, dude?
I know you might need more water than that.
Yeah, you got too little water.
Oh, I
You might
did
need
like
like a
half
liquid.
of it.
You should
but-
have like a liquid IV next to you, dude.
Yeah.
All right, let's fucking go.
Let's go. Are we end the podcast and go straight to Vegas, dude? Let's go.
Jesus.
Let's go.
I'm not a tank at all, dude. Whew, I
Right.
might need some more water.
You do.
3.
If that's all the water you have, you
Down the
definitely need more
hatch.
water, dude.
Oh.
Damn, he's lit, dude.
Oh, you only got one more left. It looks like there's only one more in there.
My tongue is on fire, bro. I'm gonna need some water.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Yeah,
While he does that, it's probably still recording. Is it still recording? I hope.
I think so. Unless he edits it.
All right. Let's talk about the trade you made last week, Jonathan. What do
We're
how do you
just gonna
feel?
get started with that.
Huh.
Okay.
What's
Well-
your thought process behind that?
My thought process was I wouldn't make this trade in the middle of the season. I think this is a big risk for me.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
The only reason why I did it. Are we gonna? Should I continue or just watch him take shots?
Let's go back to this. Let's go back to this. We were talking about the trade, but I want to see you finish this first. Yeah, buddy.
Oh, it's a little loud. I can't do it,
You
guys.
gotta do it now. You've gone so far.
You want to see the shotgun? You want to see the shotgun?
Yeah, his stomach.
Yeah. Hey, see the shotgun.
We're
See the
saving the
shotgun.
shotgun. We're saving the shotgun.
Hey, you have 3 shots in the shotgun next week. as
Go
of
ahead,
right
go
now, so-
ahead.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Talk about
Go
your
ahead.
your trade.
Okay,
next
So
week.
Oh,
David missed it.
No,
I don't
see-
even think he could hear
Yeah.
me, but yeah, if it was like 5 weeks ago, and even if Michael Thomas was fully healthy 5 weeks ago, I wouldn't do this. My thought process is that with the roster I had, I don't think I could win it all, and I think I could lose in the second round of the playoffs, but this will. If I win it all, this is how I win it. Like I
Yeah.
don't think I could win it with the roster I had already. This
Yeah.
gives me a shot to beat like your team and Marcus's team. Whereas with the roster before, I don't think so. I'd have to get lucky.
Gotcha. For sure.
So, but I think this is a great trade for
Michael.
Michael. This puts his team. I think his team is really, really strong after this.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter to me. My worry was that I didn't want to trade with Michael because I faced him week 13, but I figured that it didn't matter anyway because I won't face him again after because I'll be in the playoffs. And he will.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Alright.
No, so I think that's a great trade for both you guys. Michael gets out of the toilet, and you try to shoot for that higher ceiling, kind of
Yeah.
team, right? Like
Yeah.
trying to
I'm
get
no
that
longer playing
championship
for 4 anymore, so
for sure. Yeah, I think those are both A+ trades for both you guys. Like great moves for both you guys. David, you have any thoughts on that trade? You have any thoughts at all?
I'm just thinking of keeping it down, dude. But we're talking about the Michael Thomas trade, right?
Yeah, Michael Thomas trade.
Personally, only Jonathan's roster could withstand the Michael Thomas hit because he's not going to be immediately good. We don't. We still got questions about Taysom Hill, so we don't know how Michael Thomas gonna pan out. To be honest, so only Jonathan can take that type of a gamble. So it's a
Yeah.
good trade on his part. And for Michael, yeah, that adds depth that he really needs.
Yeah, the only thing I regret is maybe I should have traded Goddard instead of Hurst. He
Gotcha.
didn't care which one I sent. I was thinking about it for a while. We agreed on it like a couple hours, but I was thinking about it for a long, long time. The only
Gotcha.
reason why I chose Goddard was because I was thinking Zach Ertz was gonna come
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
So that was a tipping point for me.
And even then, Richard Rogers had a touchdown last week, so he was
Yeah.
playing, So, jumping into our segment for this week, playoff projections. If we stop the count today, Jonathan gets a first seed with the bye. I play Nick in 4-5. Ty gets is in second place with the first round bye, and Marcus and James are in it. I think that's no, Marcus and James is 3-6, and then whatever. But whatever, yeah. There's a playoff picture in your thing. The toilet bowl. Me gets the first round bye. Michael gets the first round bye for both being the last place. Timmy and Royce in the bottom bracket, and then David and Vin are in the bottom bracket as of right now. What are your playoff predictions, David? What are your playoff predictions right now? After this, 2 weeks later, after week 13, what do you got?
So, playoff predictions are a little hard right now because not only do we have to predict this week, next week can also change a lot of shifting. So again, don't be mad at any of this. Everybody, a little disclaimer: we're predicting 2 weeks ahead, and we have like a
Yeah.
what is it, like a 50% hit rate on our predictions weekly.
That's true. That's true.
So we're just talking out our asses at this point. But anyways, my playoff picture. Number 1, we got Jonathan right here in the number 1
Mhm.
spot.
Yes, sir.
Number 2,
sir.
we got my boy Chris right up here in the number 2
Yeah.
spot. And at number
Yes, sir.
3, you got ya boy in the number 3 spot. Ty squeaks in on the number 4 spot. Timmy, the Dark Knight, rises once again with the Dark Horse 5th spot. And Marcus staying alive with CMC, clinched playoff spot if you have CMC on your roster at number 6. That's my playoff picture.
I would love that because that means I think the top 3 teams are on one side of the bracket. That would mean you, Chris, and Marcus are on one side. So that'd be fun.
Yeah. How about you, Jonathan?
I got same top 3. I got me, Chris, and then David, and I got Ty in 4th place like you two. But then my 5th and 6th, I got James and Nick.
Okay. All right. In my playoff picture, it goes Jonathan first.
Is
I
there a
have
world?
myself second.
Wait. Is there a world where Jonathan doesn't have the number 1 seed? I think
No,
if you
because
lose,
the only 2 teams that can get 9 wins are Ty and James, and they have like 200 points
okay.
less than me.
Yeah.
Never mind then. All right.
I think I think he clinched first. Unless Jonathan literally has like 0 points the next 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
I have Jonathan first. I have myself second. I have Nick third. I have David fourth. I have Ty fifth, and I have James in sixth.
All right.
So it's just some tough. So interesting scenario. So just putting a little twist. Like, is there anything interesting you saw that coming from these playoff pictures that could happen that you think would be interesting? David, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go first. Mine is like the probably the least interesting. These other 2 have like some more spicier ones. So my ideal playoff picture that I swapped around is Ty and Royce sliding outside of the playoffs, which would be perfect for everybody. And in that case, I have James. I'm sorry, James, but James, for some reason, is linked to Royce and Ty in my playoff picture.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so
They are.
if Royce and Ty both don't make it, then James doesn't make it either. So I'm sorry. It's either James or me. So if Ty and Royce don't make it, me or James will have to take the hit.
Yeah.
And
Gotcha.
so we'll have well, in my where Royce and Ty don't make it, I have Jonathan in number 1, Chris in number 2, me in number 3, Timmy in number 4, Nick in number 5, and Marcus in number 6. How about you guys?
Should I go?
Go ahead, Jonathan.
So mine is the opposite. I have mine where Ty and Royce squeeze in with Nick. Without David. No David.
What?
So this is realistic
All
because
right.
all Royce has to do, which maybe asking for a lot, but he just has to beat Michael and Timmy, and then Nick has to beat Marcus this week,
Oh, that's
and
a
then of
hard one.
course David has to lose against James, which is plausible. Those
I
are
think,
all.
yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
realistic. That's like 45% chance.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
agree.
not out of this world. that
Me
Royce
and
beats-
James is a playoff matchup next week.
Yeah,
It's
I
for a
think
spot.
that. Yeah, that's a very important matchup.
Go ahead, Chris.
All right, so mine is all right. So just some initial thoughts, and then if you have 8 wins, it guarantees you a spot. If you
Yeah.
have 7 wins, you want the tiebreaker, so you want more points.
You are...
And then there is a world. So making this, I was like, oh, I don't think there's a world where a 6 and 7 team makes it, and then it actually came out to be true. 1 6 and 7 team can make the playoffs still. So you need to just score a lot of points, and this is the scenario you're kind of looking for. Hold up, before that, Ty and James, if you get 1 win, you lock up your spot. And teams that don't have good tiebreakers now are Ty, Royce, and James. Teams with good tiebreakers now are Nick, Timmy, and I. So if you're at 6 and 7, you're hoping to have the most points. But in week 12, you want Yi to beat David, Nick to beat Marcus, Michael to beat Royce. And in week 13,
Wait.
you want
Did you disclose
Yeah.
who the 6 and 7 team was?
so the 6 and 7 teams could be. So here, my playoff picture now, if in a crazy world where a 6 and 7 team makes it in, Jonathan makes it in at 1. Ty, this is Ty's team, makes it in at 2. James is 3. I come in at 4. Marcus comes in at
course.
5th, and then a 6 and 7 team is Timmy,
Yeah.
Nick, David. Yeah, so it's Timmy, Nick, David,
Yeah.
and even
And
Michael. I
Timmy.
guess like Michael, if he wins out, he becomes 6 and 7. So,
Oh,
but he doesn't have enough points, so he needs to
Okay.
score like a cajillion
Like
points. I think he has
200
really
points.
low. Yeah,
like
he needs like a 200-point
300
game.
points.
But yeah, so those are 4, 6, and 7 teams that give you a chance, but you need to score. You need to have the tiebreaker. Right now, it's Timmy in the 6th spot. If it ended today,
Yeah.
he has the tiebreaker. But it's possible for a 6 and 7 team to make it in.
All
So
right.
that's
one
pretty
thing Timmy's
spicy.
got for him is that he's the only 5 and 6 team that can make it to the playoffs, but he's got the tiebreaker over everyone.
Yeah, Timmy has to sweep the table if he
Yeah,
wants to
he has
make
to.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
If he sweeps the table, he should make it in.
Yeah, he should.
All right.
And with
Moving
that,
into the recap.
yeah.
Go ahead, David.
We have last week's prediction. Me
Did we
and
get the power rankings? I'm looking for.
I don't think we did
Go ahead.
get the. All right, he'll look for the power. But last week's predictions, me and Chris both tied for 4 and 4. So we'll be taking our shots next week. Nick, in case you're wondering, Nick as an analyst got 2 out of 6. So I don't know if you should be listening to Nick. I mean, what else do you expect from the Rook? But anyways, and with
Yeah.
that, do we have a power rankings? Did you check?
No power rankings. Give me a second.
No
Go ahead though.
power-
Go ahead and move into the next segment.
Our next segment will be the predictions for this week. Our first matchup will be Vintuk versus James. Why don't you start us off, Jonathan?
I actually think I like James's team. James's team is really, really strong. We talked about this a little bit earlier off the pod, but his team is so good after that trade with Royce, so he's also thankful for Royce this year. But
That's true.
I think it's, even though his team is good, I think Vin actually keeps it close. I think it's going to be like 110 to like 108, which is sad because I feel like every single time I see that weekly report, it's Vintuk taking a close loss.
No,
He's thinking, like-
Vintuk always scores like 100 points, dude.
Yeah, he always gets like a very narrow
Because of like
loss.
his savvy fantasy management or whatever, dude. He always
No.
scores 100 points, but it
Yeah,
just
and
feels bad.
which would mean that he would win if Lamar was delivering as he should be. So
Yep.
it's unfortunate that he's losing by his own quarterback. But I still take James. It's gonna be close, but I think this is a close week.
Yeah.
But James.
Yeah, I also I see actually Vin on the flip side. Again, me and James's fates are intertwined.
Some bias, a little bit biased.
me and James' fates are like intertwined with each other. So James has to lose this week. So I'm picking Vin to win. But anyways, I have Wayne Gallman heating up, right? So Wayne Gallman, I think over the past 3 weeks or so has been an RB1 over the past 3 weeks. I think he just came off of a bye or something. I have no idea. But Derrick Henry is playing against the Colts, and the Colts 2 weeks ago
Yeah.
contained him to, I think it was 100 yards, kept him out of the end zone. So
Yeah,
that's
tough
pretty
matchup.
good of them. Mark Andrews is banged up, and with the early turnaround on the Thursday Thanksgiving game, I don't know if we can expect Mark Andrews. And for James to win, Kyler Murray needs to his shoulder needs to be okay, and Joe Burrow being out for the season has to hurt Tyler Boyd more than we anticipate, because with backup quarterbacks, I'd imagine they just hyper target Tyler Boyd, to be honest, instead of like spreading it out like
Yeah.
over Tyler Boyd, Ganja, and Higgins. I think he would hyper target one over
Yeah.
spreading it out. So I do have Vin winning. Chris?
What if Eckler comes back? I've seen news that Eckler's supposed to come
Oh
back.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, Eckler coming back like a hamstring after 6, 7, maybe 8 weeks of not playing. I can't imagine they give him the full load.
Yeah, and I think even when he comes back, I think they're still going to do it by committee too.
Yeah, at least for a week or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have James winning. My concerning situations are Tyler Boyd with the injuries from Burrow and James Conner kind of losing touches. I think there was a beat reporter saying like Snell and McFarlane needs more touches. He needs Wayne Gallman to pop off and AJ Brown to pop off, in my opinion. James has also some concerning situations. Damian Harris with Rex Burkhead and Sony Michelle probably going to be active, and then Juju with the ankle. But his buy lows are coming into form with DJ Moore looking really good last week and Mandrews looking really good last week. I think the quarterback position makes the difference here this week. So, but I have James winning. All right, let's move into the next matchup. I got it's Ty versus me. You guys can go first, and then I'll finish up. So, Jonathan, what do you think?
I don't think this is close. I think Chris wins. I don't think there's much to go off here. I mean, he's playing Gus Edwards against Pittsburgh. His hope is that I don't. Buffalo's pass defense is not good. Keenan Allen could pop off. I mean, and if Cup plays like he played yesterday, he could win. But I just don't see it. I just don't. I think Chris wins pretty easily this week.
Yeah, I also think Chris wins. I mean, Ty's running Gus Edwards and like a bag of chips, right? He didn't even put in.
Yeah.
I think he's really counting on. I think it was Raheem Morris to come back.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
I think he's really banking on that, but like, how much can you really count on a guy to come back after like 3, 4 weeks of injury?
Yeah.
Gus Edwards did do pretty well against Pittsburgh the last time they met,
That's good too.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's because they were trying to stop Lamar Jackson. So maybe after that game, they'll probably might scheme a little bit different to account for the running game. But again, Gus Edwards could have a sneaky good matchup, but I do see Chris winning pretty easily because the rest of his roster is just too strong.
Yeah.
All right. On the Gus Edwards matchup, I think it might be easier for Pittsburgh because you only have to watch one running back. Like if I'm the defense coordinator, I'm looking at one team. Like J.K. Dobbins is out and then Mark Ingram's out, so all I have to do is watch Gus Edwards tape.
Yeah.
With that being said, Ty has concerning situations. With his running back, I thought he was gonna put a lot of money in for Frank Gore. That kind of helped out. I don't really see a lot of good matchups otherwise. He does have. I think his wide receiver corp does kind of match with mine if they pop off. Like Keenan Allen being hyper targeted, Cubs look nice. Just I think my running backs hopefully can kind of break myself away from him.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a little bit closer, but I do have myself winning this week as well.
All right.
And then jumping into the next matchup, Royce Michael. I'll go first here. I have Michael winning, just because I kind of want this spicy part of the narrative, the spicy scenario going for me. His team is looking nice after that trade. We just talked about that. Antonio Gibson, Brandon Cooks popping off. Roy's still going with the Cleveland stack. I think he needs them to combine for 30 consistently to kind of make up for it. But they got 25, so I mean that's okay. But I think he kind of wants a little more if he's gonna stack them like that. And then he has Justin Jefferson without Thielen. I wonder what how coordinators are gonna scheme against that. The matchup to watch for is their flex position. I forgot what I put there, but I do have Michael winning. David, what do you got?
All right, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm ready. I'm
shit.
ready, dude.
All right.
I'm
So
ready,
David,
dude.
David's got a shotgun for us. That's what he's got for us.
I'm ready, dude. That's what I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt the analysis. I don't even know what matchup we're on right now. But let's freaking go.
Oh my god, he's gonna yak,
my
dude. I love it. Oh. How long is it gonna take? I hope you guys are timing this at home.
Oh, no, he's doing fast. Oh.
Flip the gift. That's good. That's good.
That's right.
I'm ready, bro.
Okay.
All right. Good night, everybody. But I think we're on Royce versus Michael.
Yeah, I forgot what matchup we're on too.
Yeah, Royce versus Michael. I think Michael wins because I think Royce is on like a 5-1 downward spiral, and I think it continues. I mean, Michael's team is looking pretty nice at the moment. Getting that depth from Jonathan. But let me look. Yeah, I see Tyreek Hill, Brandon Cooks, Savon Ahmed, and Anthony Gibson all in plus matchups. And Royce has Jared Goff versus SF, and last time they met, they really shut down Jared Goff. And Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt stack is really capping his upside, so I do have Michael winning this week.
Yeah. It's close. I want to take Royce because I want Royce in the playoffs personally, but I think Michael does win. Again, he just has so many good matchups. I mean, the problem is that it's the Cleveland stack. I think he has the floor, so he has to hope that Michael's team just duds. That's the only way he can win.
Yeah, I agree. Our next matchup of the week will be Jonathan versus Timmy. I'll start us off. I have Timmy winning. Chris Carson is back, so he'll have that disgusting stack of Chris Carson, Dalvin Cook, and Ronald Jones in a plus matchup. I think Tyler Lockett is in a boom bust matchup versus Philadelphia, who does have a decent secondary, but I'm not too sure. But Tyler Lockett's hit or miss every week. And across Jonathan's skill positions, he has bad matchups for Zeke, Kenyon Drake, and Michael Thomas. So I do have Timmy winning this week. Go ahead.
Oh, he's muted.
He's muted. Chris, I can't hear you.
Oh, there it is.
I thought I was just really lit off of that shotgun.
No,
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, no. Hey, Jonathan, talk about.
I thought I was really lit, dude. I had to check all my settings.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
we can
good.
hear you.
Okay. I have Jonathan winning this week. I think Tyler Lockett and Michael Thomas are gonna pop off. And if Jonathan doesn't goose egg like he had like a couple last week,
Yeah.
he should be good to go. One second before I let Jonathan go. If you guys are still listening all the way through, my interesting playoff prediction was messed up because Royce's name is Mike Mofit, and I thought it was Michael, but that was Royce's team. That's gonna be 6 and 7. Just when I told you guys that earlier that I didn't get confused, I
Oh,
definitely got
okay.
confused by that. So,
David was
it,
talking about that too.
yeah. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I think. I mean, of course, I think I'm gonna win, even regardless. Bias aside, I think I win just because Josh Allen, I think, is he's gonna torch um, the
Hey,
Chargers.
John Brown ain't back yet, so
Yeah, that's the only that's his hope. Um, I think Timmy is lucky though because since I clinched the playoff spot, I had to drop the Giants. If it was a playoff I needed or position matchup I needed to win, I would have kept the Giants.
but you were like swapping between the two like so much.
Yeah, I was thinking like, okay, the Giants. I was debating like, would I rather prepare for the playoffs or send Timmy to the toilet? And then I decided that the satisfaction of winning the playoffs is more than sending Timmy to the
Oh, I
toilet. So I
see.
ended up dropping the Giants. He's lucky for that because I don't feel good about Buffalo. Oh, someone joined, but
Chris's other account joined.
but he's gonna have big swings because when Herbert scores, the Chargers or my Buffalo defense isn't gonna do well. But I think I win this out. I agree with Chris. I think Michael Thomas is back, and I think Taysom Hill is just gonna pepper him with targets like he did against Atlanta. But he's got a chance. Timmy's got a chance.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my bad. My my iPad's kind of scoped. So we're moving to the next matchup, right?
Yeah, we're moving.
You
But
want
I
to
do
finish?
want to say,
Oops.
No. What?
I'm
wanna say what?
what's
so-
happening right now?
I'm
You want to say what?
I was just saying,
I'm
I
so
really enjoy
lit
being
right now, bro.
Yeah,
Why did you?
dude. I don't know
Why
what you're
did?
doing.
Why did I do that, dude?
Yo, go ahead, Jonathan.
No, that's it. That's it. I don't got much more. I don't got anything
David,
else.
David, just before we keep going, are you still recording?
Yeah, well, let me check real quick.
To
Yeah, we're good.
All right. You want to go to the next matchup, or do you want to look at the power rankings really quick?
Oh yeah, let's look at the power rankings real quick.
Okay. All right.
Let me actually. I'll pull them up on the screen so everybody can look at them.
Go ahead. While I talk through it and while it's being pulled up and it's moving around, Jonathan is number one still. I am number two. David's three. James is four. Marcus is five. Nick is six. Timmy is seven. Ty is eight. Royce is nine. Vin is 10. Michael moved up 11. Vinny moves down to 12 again. Just quick takes that I'm seeing kind of catching right now. Power ranking score. No one's in the twos or the ones, so everyone's kind of like three or higher. I
Yeah.
see
Well,
4 to 8 being close. And yeah, what else? Anything else you guys see?
I see
Any other-
Michael moving up to number 11.
Yes,
and
sir.
me moving down to number 12.
the big thing about Michael too is that his rest of season roster moved from 12 to 7.
Yeah,
Which is
absolutely.
that's a big jump.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Yeah, Chris moving up to what from I think what was it like number 6
Dude.
to number 1 in rest
God
of
knows
season.
what, dude.
But I mean, the rest of season is just 3 weeks, and all that matters is the next matchups. I don't know how much rest of season matters. To be honest, I think you're putting too much stock into it earlier.
No, dude,
Jonathan,
you're right.
all that matters is the next game in the playoffs. So
Yep.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter too much for Michael because I mean, he's in the toilet anyway. I'm just saying for like
yeah, and
like he might even have no, I think Marcus actually is in the toilet, but
yeah, I see Royce dropping from 4 to 9, which is I think where he belongs, to be
Yeah.
honest. So
Yeah.
yeah, no shocker there. But how do you guys feel about the rankings? Everything's fair. I think Timmy should be a little bit higher. His roster's pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
roster
It's
is
unfortunate he lost Kittle.
I think his record. I think his record is kind of just showing up in the power rankings here. Being 5-6, it's hard to put yourself up there in week 12.
Yeah. I mean, I was legit scared of Timmy's roster in like week 6 when Rojo was running like a running back 1.
Yeah,
Carson was
yeah.
running like a running back 1, and Dalvin Cook is running like a running back 0. Like it was like Timmy's roster was like actually like ballistics.
Yeah,
But
and he picked up Herbert, so
yeah,
Uh-huh.
and he picked up Herbert, so I was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
legit scared of Timmy's roster. But like it's come down. So those are quick takes.
All right, let's move back into the forum.
Yeah.
We got me versus David. David can go last because this is his matchup. What do you got, Jonathan?
Nick versus,
No,
I
number
mean,
Me
David
versus
versus
David.
who?
Yeah.
Oh man, this is. I want to take Nye, of course, but I just don't think he has. He doesn't have a floor or a ceiling, really. I mean, he doesn't have either. He's playing Marvin Jones and he's playing CeeDee Lamb. I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan, and CeeDee Lamb he's good. He had a great touchdown last week, but he's still there's just too many inconsistencies with the Dallas offense, I think, and too many receivers. It's tough. And Aaron Rodgers against Chicago, that's really tough too. I just don't think Nye has it, and it's still we don't even know if he's going to pick up a tight end for this week. Oh, he did pick up
he
Tanyan,
picked
but
out
Yeah.
I
Tanyan.
don't know if he'll play
But
him.
I mean Tanyan is like a you pick him up 1 week too late, to be honest. Like he's
Yeah,
like a hit or miss.
yeah, and I'm even thinking David wins even if Thielen still has COVID and Galladay still doesn't play.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris. Before I piggy
Yeah,
off of that.
those were my concerns for sure. That your wide receivers are hurting. Julio being hurt. Um, uh,
That too.
Dealing with COVID. I don't know if it's a close contact or it's really COVID.
Yeah.
He got a
Close
positive.
contact, but 3 positive results, bro. That's all I need.
Oh shit.
But that's
Yeah.
why.
Alright,
But it peeled
and
back the
then-
curtain. That's why I went
Right.
so hard on Nelson Aguilar for $17 because I was concerned. But whatever.
For sure. Makes sense. You gotta get that dub. So, you have yourself winning too, David, right?
Yeah, I have myself winning. I mean, Patrick Mahomes versus Tampa Bay. You saw both versus Tampa Bay versus the Rams. Both of them abandoned the run game, so I can't imagine Tampa Bay versus Patrick Mahomes or the Chiefs to be different. So I imagine both of them to just be passing the whole time. And James Robinson has been putting up like pretty consistent yardage against really good run defenses. So I think he'll have like a decent game. I mean, like not like a 20-point game or anything, but like pretty decent. Miles Sanders is like running pretty well. The only concern here is my wide receivers, but I think I addressed that with Nelson Aguilar versus Atlanta, because I no way all three of my stud wide receivers are out for the week, and I just don't think Nye has enough firepower to beat Patrick Mahomes versus Tampa Bay. So that's where I stand.
For sure.
Yeah.
The last match of the week. I think the winner of this does put the other in the toilet bowl.
Yeah.
David, what do you think?
Yo, I
Let's
just
start
got
with
This is
really yo, I just got really lit off of that last analysis, so I might have to pass this off to Jonathan.
All right, so the matchup is Nick. This is Nick versus Marcus. I agree with.
Go ahead, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, this is Nick versus Marcus.
Yo, I'm about to take my next 3 right now, dude.
You might as well. You won't even. It won't make a difference at this point.
I'm sorry, what matchup we on?
Last one. Marcus, Nick. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Jonathan.
I was worried, yeah, because Chris asked David. He didn't even say the matchup. I'm like, I don't think David knows what's left. It's Marcus versus Nick. I have Nick winning. The only way Nick loses is if CMC plays. If CMC plays, I take Marcus, but I don't think he's gonna play. I think Nick wins. He has too many good matchups. Mike Davis plays. He goes against Minnesota. We just saw Zeke do well against Minnesota. He's got Scary Terry against Dallas, and then he's got Darren Waller against Atlanta. Marcus's hope is that Swift comes back, obviously, and then if his wide receivers kind of dudded against me. But I don't think Hopkins has 2 bad games in a row, so he has that going for him. And I think Matt Ryan, he looked bad against New Orleans, but everyone looks bad against New Orleans. But I do have Nick winning.
I'll go next because
Uh.
we'll leave the good analysis for the end. So I do have Marcus winning because I think Nick has a lot of teams just stacked on top of each other. I think I have really capping his ceiling. I have Taysom Hill and Alvin Kamara. I mean, only one of them can get the rushing touchdown. So I do have them capping each other's upside, and I have Curtis Samuel and Mike Davis. Also, only one of them can get the rushing touchdown, so really
Yeah.
capping his upside against Marcus. So I think I have Marcus winning out this week.
That was actually good analysis.
Yeah, that was great analysis.
I'm sorry, what did I just say?
I have Nick winning. Just picking out of Jonathan, he kind of had everything I like. I just like Nick's matchups more, and the matchup to look for is Deontay Johnson versus Curtis Samuel, in my opinion, because
Yeah.
Johnson has Baltimore, and Curtis Samuel, has this boom bust kind of week. So go ahead.
Yeah. No, I think he should start Fulgham over Curtis Samuel just because.
Wait, I literally just talked to him about that, like right before the pod recording. I
What do
told
you
him to
think?
pick Curtis Samuel.
Well, because I agree with what you say is that like he can't. Now I think about it, it's just like he limits his ceiling with Curtis Samuel and Mike Davis with the rushing yards, and I think if you have a wide receiver, you play them against Seattle.
But all right, go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, and that's it. I think if a wide receiver against Seattle,
But
I mean he's had bad games, but I think he can bounce back.
I agree with Travis Fulgham is a good wide receiver, but there's a direct correlation between Dallas Goedert getting hurt and Travis Fulgham being the wide receiver one for the duration of Dallas Goedert being hurt, and then when Dallas Goedert comes back, Travis Fulgham's receptions go down.
Okay. Hear me out here. Dallas Goedert came back week 8 against Dallas, and Dallas Goedert wasn't there yet, but New York Giants, he has Travis Fulgham has five targets, and it's against James Bradbury. It's tough matchup. And he goes against Cleveland, gets 7 targets in a bad weather game.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like so good, tough corner play, and then a bad weather, and then now you have Seattle, which gives up maybe Seattle or Atlanta gives up the most points to the wide receiver. Like I think that's a play for Travis Fulgham, in my opinion.
He's still getting the target. 7 targets is a lot.
Yeah, in bad weather, like that. Dude,
bad weather.
I mean, all right. I'm way too late to keep track of what you just said. But, I mean, all right.
What do you mean?
I mean, Miles Sanders is also coming back. I mean, like 2 or 3, I forget who of their receiving core is coming back. So I don't know if he'll hyper target him like how he was in the middle of the season, but like it will definitely spread out a little bit more than how he was doing. And I think they needed to come back last week, so that's why he was hyper targeting him.
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm too late.
It is close. Here, I'm gonna pull the target.
I think Curtis Samuel has a better floor for him, to be honest.
Yeah, true. But Fulgham got the most targets with Goddard being 6 and then Rager having 5.
But it's also 3 games in a row where he's gotten like less than 5 points.
2 games in a row. The other one's a bye.
Yeah, two games in a row he's got. Yeah. So I don't know if you'll take the chance. I mean, Curtis Samuel is like boom or bust. So you really need the ceiling or the floor. So it's all up to him.
He can decide after listening to this analysis.
I think.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
David.
So the reason he put Curtis Samuel is because before this pod I told him to put Curtis Samuel, but he was really deciding. It's a real pain point for Nick. So hopefully
he had Fulgham in. he was leaning Fogel at first.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. David's gonna put the prop bet of the
All right,
week. when he
I'll do
wakes
that
up.
right now off the top of my head.
Oh shit! I'm
Uh,
gonna put that in.
Jonathan for 98 points.
98 points.
98
What?
points. All right, easy. All right. I'll throw a poll up there. When this podcast gets out, I will throw a poll up. One roast we got this week was Nick versus Timmy was the match of the toilet bowl teams with first round exit upside. So Nick and Timmy was the match of the toilet bowl, right? They're both
Who
gonna end up
won?
in the
Who
toilet bowl,
won? Who won?
but they
Who?
also have the first round exit upside. Nick won this last week.
All right, so
I agree.
I'm gonna say Timmy and the toilet bowl
Timmy gets the Timmy in the toilet
and
bowl.
10
Wow.
shots. Don't forget about that.
Oh, if he doesn't make the playoffs, 10 shots, right?
Yeah, if he doesn't make.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Hey, but
Oof.
Timmy's my
You gotta-
boy. Timmy's my boy.
I know. If Timmy wins out, he might make it. All right, so we're gonna wrap this thing up. There's nothing else to talk about. This was all over the place. I hope you guys watched the whole thing
Yeah.
thoroughly. Thanks for coming on again, Jonathan. David,
problem.
you're a trooper.
All right. Happy
Thanks for watching,
Thanksgiving,
guys.
everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, happy
Bye.
Thanksgiving.
Happy